We are still on solutions to sample past questions for Chem 210 past questions. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly do so now so that when you draw a new solution to the past questions, you will always get notified. So today we are going to do or look at solutions to the Chem 210 tutorial set 1. So if you have the past question, kindly turn out to tutorial set 1 or just follow the video and you will understand. So for tutorial set 1, the question 1, you were given these names of compounds and you were being asked to draw the structures. The first one was octanoic acid, an 8 carbon carboxylic acid. We have an ethanol chloride. We have 1,2-benzene dioic acid. So when you see dioic, it means we have 2 carboxylic acid groups on the same compound. So 1, 2 means that they are adjacent to each other. So if here is 1, then here will be 2. Or if here is 1, here will be 2. So this is 1,2-benzene dioic acid. You have propanamide, which is an amide. Propan means that is 3 carbon, then amide. So propanamide, that's how it looks like. We have 1,4-benzene dioic acid, just like the one we looked at earlier. So here it is 1,4. So if here is 1, then 2, 3, 4. If here is 1, then 2, 3, 4. Dioic means we have 2 carboxylic acid functionalities on the same molecule. This is a nitrile. So this one is 2-methyl propan nitrile. So this is 1, 2, 3, 3 carbons. So it's propan nitrile. And this methyl groups on the second carbon of the propan nitrile. So it's 2-methyl propan nitrile. If you come here, you have NN dimethyl hexanamide, which is in the question. So the NN means that you have 2 methyls on the nth position of the amide. So NN dimethyl means that you have 2 methyl groups on the N. Hexanamide means that it is a 6 carbon compound. If you come here, this is an acetic anhydride, or someone will say an ethanoyl anhydride. Anhydride is the same thing. So it forms from this side is ethanoic acid and this is ethanoic acid. So acetic anhydride or acetate. This is acetate and this is acetate. So it's 2 acetate. So the anhydride is called acetic anhydride. Or you can also name it ethanoic anhydride, is the same thing. If you come here, we have ethyl 3-oxobutanoate. So the butanoate means that it's an ester. So this side is the alcohol portion, which is ethyl. Then it's butanoate 1, 2, 3, 4. So the oxo here, the ketone group here, is just like a substituent on the butanoate. So it's ethyl 3-oxobutanoate. If you come down here, we have isobutyl propanoate, which is an ester. So this one is an isobutyl, isobutyl, then a propanoate 1, 2, 3, propanoate. If you come here, we have 2-methyl 4-hexanoic acid. So hexanoic, this in means that it is an alkene. So the 4-hexanoic means that the alkene group is on the 4th position with respect to the carbonyl carbon 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sorry. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it comes here. So it becomes 2-methyl. 2-methyl means that the methyl group on the second carbon. So this is 2, 3, 4. It means that the alkene group is on the 4th carbon. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2-methyl as in this one. Then 4-hexanoic. This one means that the hexene or the double bond starts from the 4th carbon with respect to this one. So hexanoic acid. Let's come to the L. We have diethyl propanedioate. You see dioate, it means it comes from a dioic acid. So it is a propanedioic acid. And each ethyl is at the other side of the dioid. So it's just like a diester, one side formed an ester with an ethyl, then the other side formed an ester with an ethyl. So the name becomes diethyl. So one ethyl here, one ethyl here. Then the parent chain is propanedioid. So diethyl propanedioid. Let's come here. You have butanedioic acid. So this one is a butanedioic acid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbons, but just that it contains 2 carboxylic acid functionality, so it is called dioic acid. Dioic acid. Let's take note. So the N is benzyl acetate. So this group is an acetate, or some will call it an ethanoate. It's the same thing. And this group is a benzyl. So the alcohol portion is a benzyl. Then this side is an acetate. So the name becomes benzyl acetate, which is an ester. Let's continue with the other side. Now question 2, you were given these structures and we've been asked to name them. So you are given this structure and the name is benzyl benzoate. So this is the benzyl benzoate with an ester. You are given this one, it is isopropyl acetate. Isopropyl acetate or isopropyl ethanoate is the same thing. We come here, it is 3-pentanoic acid. So pentanoic means that this 3-pentanoic means that the double bond starts from the third carbon. So pentanoic acid is an alkene. And you come here, we have 5-phenyl. So this is a phenyl group. Sometimes it can be like this, or it can be in a ring form. It's the same thing. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is pentanoic acid, but the phenyl group is on the 5th carbon, so it becomes 5-phenyl pentanoic acid. Now the last part of the tutorial, the question 3, we are given these compounds, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and you are being asked to show how you are going to convert each of these to carboxylic acid. And we've done them in our previous videos, how carboxylic acids are synthesized. So if you have not watched, just search for how carboxylic acids are synthesized on this channel in your Captain's TV, then look at them. So if you have this, an alkyl benzene, to convert this benzene to carboxylic acid, you have to subject to an alkaline potassium hydroxide in heat, followed by hydrolysis, acid hydrolysis, to convert the alkyl, no matter how long it is, to a benzoic acid. There is a hot potassium permanganate, an alkaline, then followed by hydrolysis will convert the alkaline portion, the alkyl portion, no matter how long it is, to a carboxylic acid group. Next, if you have an alkyl halide, as we did for the previous videos, if you have an alkyl halide you want to convert to carboxylic acid, first you convert the halide to a Grignard reagent by using a magnesium in ether to produce a Grignard reagent. Then you subject it to carbonation followed by hydrolysis to get the carboxylic acid. Next, if you have a ketone group, you want to convert this one to carboxylic acid. Basically, ketones are not oxidized. If it was to be an aldehyde, you can easily use an oxidizing agent to convert it to carboxylic acid. But ketones are not oxidized, so you have to convert the ketone to an alkyl group like this one. Then you use this reagent to convert it to carboxylic acid. We have zinc mercury in HCl and hydrazine in the base. This reagent is called a Clemmensen reagent. The top one is called Clemmensen reagent, and the down one is called Wolff-Kishner reagent. Now, either this or this, they work independently. You can use this to convert a carbonyl functionality to a straight chain, and you can also use this one to the same thing. So either this, the Clemmensen reagent, or the Wolff-Kishner reagent can convert the ketone group to a straight chain. Only the straight chain, only this part get converted when you use either of this reagent. Either zinc mercury in HCl, or you use hydrazine in the base. This will convert the ketone group to a straight chain. Now when you come to straight chain, then you use what we did for the earlier one. we just add hot potassium permanganate in alkaline, then followed by hydrolysis. That will convert this one to a benzoic acid. Next, we have an alkene. Now, to show how you can produce a carboxylic acid from this, we do what we call oxidation of alkenes. Oxidation of alkenes. Here we do ozonolysis or ozonolysis cleavage. We are going to cleave the double bond here and form carboxylic acid at this side and 1,2 at this side. So when this one cleaves here using an oxone followed by a peroxide, oxone and peroxide, it cleaves this side and the carbon here forms an acid and this one too forms an acid. So use an oxone and peroxide on alkenes, you tend to cleave this double bond. You form benzoic acid as one part and the other part will form a formic acid. So this part will form a formic acid because just one carbon, then this side will form a benzoic acid. That is the point of connection to the benzene ring. So basically this is tutorial questions or solutions to questions in tutorial set 1. If you have any question, you can kindly push it to my email or can contact the number in the description box of the video so that you'll be updated. As I said, kindly like and subscribe to the channel so that we add a new video or new solution, you'll be aware of it. Thanks for watching and keep updated. Amen.